So I'd like to ask this question. Why is it important to follow the biblical route, the biblical pattern for a relationship? And this kind of concludes the series on guy-girl relationships. God's way is always the best way. Now, I know that may seem like kind of a trite statement, and oh yeah, that sounds good, but do you really believe that? You really believe that God, in his way, I mean, if he can create this earth with all the trees and the fish and all the animal life and the beautiful mountains and the waters and all kinds of beauty, and then we zoom out, to the billions of stars, to the galaxies. I mean, it's all of this is shouting of intelligent design. There's no way that could have ever possibly come from an explosion or some, molecules floating through space that, exploded into what we have as the creation around us. I mean, that there's never, an explosion has never, ever brought order and intelligent design. It always brings chaos and disorder. So it's obvious God created everything. It had to have been created by somebody. You wouldn't walk past a big building and think, wow, I wonder what exploded and the Sears Tower came out of that explosion, or the Eiffel Tower, No, you walk by it and you think, wow, that's some incredible design, and that took a lot of planning and order. And that's exactly what we ought to think when we see the creation, the microscopic world, the millions of cells within our body that make up an intelligent human being. It's just so amazing. God's way is always the best way, and we can trust him. We can trust him. The Bible is 100% true. I am 38 years old, and I am far from perfect, but I have come to realize in my years of life that the Bible is absolutely true. I have never seen a person, a relationship, a community, a country ever thrive on anything other than the foundation of the Bible. And it is absolutely true. You can look throughout history if you're willing to do an honest survey and see God's way is the best way. God's way works. God's way brings fulfillment. It brings satisfaction. And that comes all the way down to the matter of relationships. Because one of the main reasons God created us is for our relationship, so that we can have that relationship with God. God gives clear guidance and instruction for everything in life, including relationships, right in this book. I encourage you, again, I mentioned in a previous session, the book of Proverbs. Read through that book multiple times. Try to read some in there every day even. It is just a tremendous book loaded with wisdom from God.